Yo, 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 yeah. It's real. Uh-huh. Yo, we got something that took place overnight. Probably the biggest trade in NBA history. Y'all know what it is. I'm King Sam the Powerful, the biggest hater this side of Texas. I talk reckless. Yeah. Hey, yo, I talk reckless, but man, this is big business right here, y'all. Big business. Yo, I don't know if y'all heard about this trade. This is Let's Get To It. And that's a tour with a you, cause I always got you in mind. Always got you in mind. And y'all my go-getters. Let's go, let's go. Court is in session. For more details, go to my page, y'all. Go to my page. Luka for AD, that's the video. Blockbuster trade. Yo. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I had to wake up. I ain't had no breakfast. Hey, yo. I rolled out the bed and say, man, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Hey, yo, I don't know if y'all heard, but Luka from the Dallas Mavericks got traded to the LA Lakers last night, overnight. Anthony Davis, the unibrow, got traded to the Dallas Mavericks. This is the biggest trade that done took place, I think, maybe in NBA history. The reason why you got two primetime players, like usually you just have players move themselves or opt out of their contracts, or, you know, when they contract is up, they don't renew. So it's like you've never had a team trade two primetime players of this caliber with this much of an even swap. You never seen it. So I want to give it up to the NBA for shaking it up a little bit, man. I think this is the perfect time. They trying to get the NBA fans back engaged with the game, y'all. I don't know if y'all understand. Both teams made out like a bandit. Both teams got exactly what they need to continue their success. You've never seen two even players of that caliber get swapped for one another, traded like that. And I don't even think nobody had nothing to do with it. Some people, they sitting there saying maybe LeBron was bad. They said LeBron ain't know what was going on. He woke up to this. And it's like everybody in the NBA is shocked. You know, they asking people right now, TikTok is on fire. I was in about 3 lives this morning, and it's on fire. People, man, they lit right now. This is money on the flow. This is something right now that everybody gonna be jumping on. The big boy trade. Probably, man, it's definitely the trade of the decade when it comes to, you know, what you get, bang for your dollar. And like I said, I've been watching NBA basketball since I was, you know, in my teens, heavily. You know, I was watching it before that, but when I got in my teens, I was heavily invested in, you know, basketball, and that was back in the Jordan era. I'm 47 right now, so, you know, all that Jordan era, right before that Magic Johnson era, that Detroit Piston, that bad boy era, even the Elijah one, and when Shaq first came to, you know, that's when I was really head over heels about basketball. And I've never seen a blockbuster trade of this magnitude. I've never seen it, y'all. I've never seen it. Hold on. Trade alert, y'all. Trade alert. Anthony Davis got traded to the Lakers. I don't think y'all understand what I'm saying. Air horn, Jamaican air horn, y'all. Anthony Davis got traded. And, you know, right now, Anthony Davis balling out of control, man. I think he just had about 40, 50 the other day. Right now, the Lakers a better team. So, you know, they closer to the playoffs. So let's dissect this. Let's break this down. Let's see what we looking at when we look at this trade. I know all y'all might not be basketball fans, so I'm just gonna break it down for you. You know, LA Lakers, they got LeBron James. If you live in the United States, you know who LeBron James is. Even if you don't watch basketball, you got LeBron James down there. And LeBron James and AD was really all they had. A whole bunch of other role players was involved. But they wasn't getting it done. They wasn't getting over the hump. And they wasn't, I don't even think they made it to the playoffs. Did they make it to the play-in? Yeah, they made it. Did they? I don't know if they made it to the play-in last year. They might have got knocked out. If not, they got knocked out early in the playoffs. I know they wasn't that good. They was a playoff team on a bubble type team. So, man, they needed something different. Even though AD is a terrific player, what was you couldn't do nothing with him. Like, they couldn't do nothing with him. And they tried. They brought in Russell Westbrook. They brought in all types of different players to try to surround them too with talent, but nothing worked. Nothing worked. On the other hand, I'm going to get back to LA, but on the other hand, you got Dallas Mavericks. They brought in Kyrie Irving. They dug in the playoffs the prior year. Last year, they took it straight to the top. They went straight to the max. They took it to the backboard. They went straight to the finals, and they wound up matching up against Boston Celtics. Now, when they hit Boston Celtics, I think Luka had a knee injury. He was trying to play through, and he won himself. So, I don't think it was all defense. I think he was hurt. He was hurt. He didn't have his best performance because he was playing with injury. And Boston Celtics, I don't know if y'all know about Boston Celtics, but they have one of the most dynamic offensive teams in the NBA. I think they had the best record in the NBA last year. They had the highest point total in the NBA, the most 3 points taken, the most 3 points hit, the best 3-point percentage, and they're a very, very defensive team because they brought on Drew Holiday. Of course, they got Jaylen Brown, and they just what's the name? Derek White. They have a defensive-oriented team, so they will stymie any team offensively trying to come out there and score. They gonna chip away at you. Like, they play defense like most people play offense. They very aggressive. They get after the ball. They get a lot of defensive turnovers, and they just cause all types of havoc. And on top of that, they raining on you. They don't even take that many twos. They all 3-pointers. So as soon as they come, everybody on their team, from the point guard to the center, can shoot threes. Because their center is Porzingis. He excellent with the three. Al Horford, they backup center, excellent with the three. So from one position, 1 to 5, point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, they all shoot threes. They all hit threes. I think all of them over 40% shooters, so they deadly. They deadly. It's hard to get past that. You know, they don't look sexy, but I don't think you could beat them. I think they're going to repeat this year, if you ask me. Now, we're going to get to Dallas. Dallas, they had Kyrie Irving come on that team and help boost them to the finals. They was in the finals last year, y'all, which let's attack that right there. Because if you look at it from that point of view, that was a total disrespect to Luka Doncic. Because how you take your team to the finals and they get rid of you, like, we could get to the finals with anybody. Like, just to get to the finals, like, you know, Dallas, they've been to the finals, I think, 3 times. They got knocked off by Boston. Then they came back and won. They won one with Dirk. Was that against Boston? I think that, I don't know who that was against. It might have been Miami. I ain't for sure. But I know they lost one against Boston. That's when Boston won that one with Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen in them. Then they came back and won one. Right off the top, I can't remember who they won, but they had Dirk, Jason Terry, Jason Kidd, and Dirk went bananas. And those were their only two appearances in the playoffs. Last year was their third appearance, so it ain't like they go to the NBA Finals all the time. So that definitely was a big thing. And then for them to look at that like, what could he have done? What could the Dallas organization been thinking to say, man, we're going to take this primetime player. This man scored 73 points last year. There's, in the history of basketball, you got him, Kobe Bryant, and probably Wilt Chamberlain. Him, Kobe, and Wilt Chamberlain are the highest 3-point total, and I think maybe I'm gonna say them three. I don't think you got some 70s and stuff out there. I think Joel Embiid had 70s. You got some 60 pieces out there, but I think Wilt Chamberlain had 101 or something like that, 100 piece. He had a 100 ball. After him, I think it was Kobe with the 83 ball. And then after that is Luka Doncic. So when it comes for, offensive production, it don't get no better. You ain't really need no big man. You already had probably, two of the best big man, when it comes to interior prowess or, presence in the paint. You had that already. That's the only reason y'all was in the playoffs is because Derek Lively and Gafford. That's they two centers. They was holding it down. Won't nobody get in there. Derek Lively back there beating people shot up. Every time they come in there, block. He getting offensive rebounds. He getting putbacks. He dunking, pick and rolling. So it's like, you really ain't need no big man. I mean, what he gonna bring to the table? A lot of people like AD. I think AD a primetime player when he healthy, but he do stay hurt a lot. They say you hell when you well. Problem is you stay sick all the time. So I hope it work out for them because what they do have, they got Kyrie. They got Kyrie Irving down there. They got Kyrie and who else they got down there? Klay Thompson, if I ain't mistaken. So they got Kyrie and Klay. And now they're about to have AD, and if Derek Lively and Gafford and PJ Washington, they got a good team. That's why I say it's a blockbuster trade because everybody made off like a bandit. Everybody got what they was. Man, I ain't never see a trade where everybody come up like this. Never, man. It's so exciting for basketball. If you like basketball, this is engaging. This will get you back watching basketball because right now ain't no football going on. Ain't no baseball going on. You got college basketball and you got other sports going on. But right now, this was basketball's time to make a move to try to get an audience buzz and get some engagement and get their numbers up right now. Because, the last 3 playoffs, man, them Jones was duds. Like Boston won last year, but nobody cared. I think Golden State might have won before that. Nobody cared. Denver won before that. Nobody cared. Nobody cared at all. So it's like maybe this would bring some excitement back to the NBA. They was trying to sneak that Jimmy Butler situation up in there. Jimmy Butler wilding out. Miami Heat, Patrick Riley, he wilding out. They beefing back and forth with each other, and it's like, man. And you know what? If you ask me, I think Jimmy Butler might have met the end of his road. This might have been his last time cutting up in the NBA. The reason I'm going to say that, I'm going to break it down for you, right? Whoever get Jimmy Butler, this is a 3-time offender now at this point. 3-time offender of somebody who's very corrosive to your organization. I'm going to break it down. He started off with the Chicago Bulls, and then he wound up getting traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves. This was the early Timberwolves when they had, who did they have down there? I want to say they had Karl Anthony Towns, and they had another young player down there. Karl Anthony Towns, I can't remember who else they had, but they already had two young players down there, and you brought Jimmy Butler in. He in there talk about everybody soft. I can't play with this team. They losers, this, that. Nah, I want to win right now, and I want to win, and they too soft. And, these guys, I think they was like in their second year at NBA, just still trying to figure it out. So instead of him being a mentor, a veteran, offering these guys advice, he coming there trying to challenge everybody and bucking and knucking and talk about what he ain't gonna do. He forced them people into a situation to where they had to trade him. And it was like, Karl Anthony Towns, he a beast. He a beast. So for him to come in like that, acting a pure donkey, they had to get rid of him. And it was, to me, it was ridiculous because it was like, who does that? You got young guys on the team, man. You try to give them some knowledge. You give them some knowledge. Like, share what you know. If you see they got bad work ethics, break it down to them. Let them know what they need. And if they trying to do this and they trying to do that, sometimes you got to say it. People might not act like they listening, but, man, this they life. They going to take heed to it even if they process it and run it by their peoples. They might not know you, so they ain't sitting there, talk about, yeah. But they here, they got two ears. So it's like he ain't even take that route. He just came in there challenging people. He forced the trade, wind up going to Philly. And he was in there with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid, he another big primetime player. He scored 70. And, Jimmy Butler ain't never scored that many points. I don't think he got it in him to score that many points. He can't. So, they had Joel Embiid. They had Ben Simmons when Ben Simmons was still good, a defensive monster. Point guard, he still had his confidence up at that time. Here come Jimmy Butler with the shenanigans, talking crazy, to get me out of here, I want to win. And really all you had to do was sit your hand paws down and play good basketball. So they got rid of him. He go to Miami. The Miami Heat, they got a whole bunch of scrap iron out there, but he the best player. You know what? That's what I think it is. I ain't never think of that. I think he want all the spotlight. He want all the spotlight because I remember, what was it, last year at the beginning of the season, he gonna put some colorful twists in his head like Ja Morant, because Ja Morant getting all this, he primetime player, so he gonna put some twists in his head to try to emulate Ja Morant. I don't know if that was beginning of this season, last season, or the one before. And I'm like, man, you can't even be yourself around this dude, man. Like, what? He a natural born hater. Like, I thought I was the biggest hater this side of Texas, but I can't right now, and I don't know if I can say that because you got Jimmy Butler. He got a heart full of hate. So, I'm gonna call Jimmy Butler the biggest hater. Matter of fact, it's me, him, 1A and 1B. Biggest hater A, biggest hater B. This side of Texas, Jimmy Butler, he is a big hater. And now he cutting up in Miami. He get up there talk about he ain't gonna be able to do it the team. Now Jimmy Butler a little bit over the hill, man. I think Jimmy Butler might play at a high level for maybe 2 more years, tops. And I don't know how old Jimmy Butler is, but matter of fact, let me look up how old Jimmy Butler is. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get straight to that right now before we get any further, because that's gonna help what I'm saying. Jimmy Butler. See how old this man is. Jimmy Butler was born in 89. If he was born in 89, that make him 35, 36? Oh, my star. Jimmy Butler, he tripping. Jimmy Butler tripping. I ain't even know he was that old. Jimmy Butler, 35, 36 years old. He was born in September. So he 35 going on 36. Man, Jimmy Butler need to knock it off. He need to knock it off, man. You know what? They should give him the Carmelo Anthony treatment. He acting like a diva like this. Man, let that man wither. Nobody need to pick him up, because if you pick him up, he going to mess up your organization. Leave Jimmy Butler. Let Pat Riley do what he gonna do with Jimmy Butler. Cause he up here talking, he messing up the chemistry of teams. He coming up there, man, play some basketball. Ain't nobody saying shut up and dribble, but if you feel like you a beast, if you feel like you the one, you supposed to be able to come on a team and get the troops to rally behind you through your play. Through your play. Stick on the team. Stay somewhere. But you keep forcing trades. You embarrassing the organizations that you come to. You been the black eye on their name. You bringing all types of unwanted media attention to the team for acting a fool. So I guess he up against the right one. Pat Riley, he been around the NBA. He was an all-star. I think he's a champion on the Lakers. He got championship teams. He was there with the Knicks. He had the Knicks looking good back in the 90s. Then he came over to the Miami Heat, and I think he got them 2 chips. He got the first one. No, matter of fact, no. My bad. 4 chips. Because I think he got one. He got one there. Is it 4? I think he got one when Dwayne Wade was there with Shaq and Lonzo Mourning and all them. Was Shaq there? Shaq might have not. I know it was Alonzo Mourning. I think they had Gary Payton and all them. Dwayne Wade, he spearheaded that first championship. I think they beat Dallas. That's who they beat. They beat Dallas. Miami beat Dallas, if I ain't mistaken. That was the other time they went to the playoff, to the championship. I think Pat Riley, he was responsible for the GM, if I ain't mistaken. He had some sort of equity in the team when they had Miami, when they had the big 3, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and they had Ray Allen too. So even though it was the big 3, it was really the big 4. They had an awesome stacked team. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Pat Riley spearheaded that as well. Now, Jimmy Butler head up with Pat Riley. He's a hard-nosed GM. He been around in the league. He been an all-star in the league. He's a championship type of guy, championship caliber. He want to butt heads with that man. So first of all, Jimmy Butler come out there and say he don't know if he gonna be, his future ain't with the team. Boom, hit him with the suspension. Knocked him clean off his socks. Next thing you know, he come back. He missed the plane to a basketball game. Now, I don't know how he do that. I think they said he was getting his own flights. I don't know, but anyway, you already got suspended. You need to be on your P's and Q's, but he wasn't. And they suspended him again. Boom, hit him again. Next thing you know, he bucking on practice. Like he ain't coming to practice. Boom, indefinite suspension. He out of there. So right now, Jimmy Butler, he on an indefinite suspension. Nobody knowing he come back, it's up to the team to evaluate him and see if he's stable enough or he ready to play, which means he probably gone for the rest of the year. Jimmy Butler gone for the rest of the year because Miami's some trash anyway. They probably not going to make the playoffs. They probably try to bust this year out and try to get a good draft pick. So he might not play. I think he had $28 million left on his contract for the rest of the year that he not going to get. He probably not going to be able to appeal because he did detrimental things that could hurt the team that is stipulated in the contract. You can't do this type of stuff. But he not only got those 3 incidents, he also got those previous 3 incidents that I was talking about with Philly and Minnesota Timberwolves. So here it is. He back at it again. Y'all. He back at it again, cutting up, acting a fool. So he got a history of being disruptive. So in consideration, this is what everybody is looking for. He made his bed, and now they just rolling him up and zipping him up like a sleeping bag. And I'm thinking he got a $50 million guaranteed contract next year. But with this suspension, that's going to be minus 30 right there. 20, I think it was 28, over 28 million. So they getting that money back. And I think at this point they gonna part ways with him. But at this point they trying to get as much as money from him as they can. And like, if they wanted to be nasty, they could go into suspensions and then, just drag him. Because he dragging himself. He doing this to himself. He being corrosive to the team. So it's like, what is you doing? What is you doing? So, I don't think no other team want to pick up that because he a liability. Like, if you got a young team, you definitely don't want that type of attitude around your young players. Like I said, he the type to come in here and be like, everybody's soft, and he want to try to play, pick up everybody and play one on five, and he trying to embarrass your young players and break their confidence. And to me, he not that type of player. Like, he'll get you some buckets, but like I said, that man finna be 36 this year. Like, how many more years he got? How many more years he got? Like one, maybe two, if that. Then he pushing 40. Man, ain't nobody looking for no 40-year-old franchise player. Ain't nobody looking for no 36-year-old franchise player if your name ain't LeBron James. And he ain't no LeBron James. He ain't big as LeBron James. He don't do as much as LeBron. He not no LeBron James. By no stretch of the imagination. LeBron James got at least four titles. Jimmy Butler got a big 0. So, with that big fuss going on right now, I'm thinking, man, they might do him like they did Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony still had some buckets to give you. I don't even think he was 36 when they did it to him. And here you is 36, man. You might not see another NBA game. You might not see another one, and they might feel sorry for you and bring you in as a role player to humiliate you. That's what they might do. But, if they give him, they keep him out for the rest of this year, they take 30 for him, give him 20. He earned 20, so, I think that's no harm, no foul, but he might not never see another NBA game. I wouldn't pick him up. I wouldn't want him nowhere near my team because as a 36-year-old player, I want you coming off the bench anyway. And you ain't going to come off the bench. You're going to be cussing and fussing and bucking and all that. So, nah, I just let you fade away, turn to a distant memory. But back to the main topic, y'all. Luka Doncic gets traded for Anthony Davis, man. This junk all over the net right now. It's all over social media right now. And this is the biggest story. If y'all could talk, make sure y'all talk about this, man. But, hey, yo, I like LA Lakers with Luka Doncic because, like I said, that man is a prolific scorer. Can't nobody stop him from putting that basketball in the bucket. Nobody can't stop him from getting. He methodical. Between him and James Harden, I think he better than James Harden because James Harden, at least he kind of athletic. And that man just pure buckets and wizardry. Pure buckets. Jay wet, inside game wet. Like how only thing I say as a con is he dominate the ball. His time of possession on that basketball is crazy. And it can slow down your offense. So they ain't even got no real point guard down in LA right now as is. So they already had that. Everybody say, LeBron James, he ain't no point guard. He ain't no point guard. You don't want him as your point guard because you need him as a focal point of your offense to give you buckets. And that man 40 years old. But you trying to, you don't run him all the way to the dirt. You trying to work that man like a white mouth mule? No, you don't do that. So you got Luka who gonna slow it down. You got LeBron James, like he dominate that ball too. His time of possession with the basketball, that's crazy work too. So between them two, and you ain't got no real point guard, they could give you buckets. But can they give you what you need to win? Like you got an offensive genius on your team, and maybe that's what LeBron said he needed, or That's what the organization say they needed, just an offensive lift, because I don't think nobody else can do it just quite like that. And I'm about to wrap it up, but I don't think neither team lost in the trade. I think both teams made a good trade. That's what makes this like probably the trade of the is at least the trade of the decade. To me, in my knowledge of basketball, I think this is the best trade I've ever seen in the NBA history, because you getting two teams that's getting something worth. Usually you get one good player go to the team, and you get 3 role players and a decent player and 2 draft picks, and that team got to struggle for years to come. But no, both of these players, they go into these teams and can make instant impact. Because like if you looking at AD, he going down there with Kyrie, he going down there where he ain't got to play the center. He could do him, and he could just be the leader of the team. Luka, he going to LA, he gonna be the leader of the team, because he the real Mr. Buckets, not Jimmy Butler. He gonna get you 70. So he going down there with a player like LeBron, who has a multifaceted game. He could do anything on that basketball court. So I know he got the wherewithal to make it work with that man and bring the best out of him. And they saying that, Luka lazy. That man might be able to get that man in the gym and show him how to eat and show him how to keep his body conditioned and be a professional out there. So that's why I say both teams, they made off. But I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I'm about to get out of here because it's early. I got other things I need to do today. I ain't even eat yet. I ain't even get ready. This trade was so crazy. And, like I said, I started off on TikTok. I went in a couple of chats, and them Jones was crazy. Crazy. People shouting me down. I went to a couple of Jones. They was like, you spot on. But I knew as soon as I seen it, I think it was a Brian Windhurst, Stephen A, and all of them. Shams, he the one who reported it first. Man, hey, look, I'm about to get out of here. Court is adjourned. My case is closed, man. What y'all think about that big boy blockbuster trade between Luka Doncic and Anthony Davis, between the Dallas Mavericks and the LA Lakers, man? Who got the better of the trade? Do you agree with the trade? Will you start watching basketball now? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? I'm out of here, but y'all know what it is, man. This Let's Get To It with a U, because I always got you in mind. Hold on, let me get back to this music, y'all. This Let's Get To It, because I always got you in mind. And y'all, my go-getters, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let me get out of here. Let me see what I had going on, man. I can't even remember what song. I was so hyped, man. I'm just playing anything right now. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Y'all don't know what's going on, man. The NBA, y'all, they trying to work their way back in y'all heart, y'all. When Steph Curry was doing the bid with Golden State, I think they had it on Smash. And then it started going downhill, 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 downhill. Now they back in business, Baltimore. You got Luka Doncic on one of the biggest organizations that you could be on, man. LA Lakers, man. They got the biggest market in the NBA. So you go in there and you can showcase your skills for the world. That might be enough, man. The Showtime Lakers might be back, y'all. And I got faith they probably pick up some additional pieces, or they could develop what they got, man. I like what I see, y'all. For more details, y'all check out my page, Let's Get To It, and that's a To It with a U. And the video is Luka for AD with a question mark, y'all. I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here, man. Let me see what's going on. Oh man, that died, so I got to come up here and do that.